easy. Take it easy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to our first guest, or our next guest, I should say. Speaking of Loretta Lynn's, this man is on Loretta Lynn's grounds right now. It's Jason Weigandt. What's up, Weege?
Hey, yeah, everybody take it super seriously. This is all that matters. Just put it all on the line. Push the chips to the center of the table, and vet riders, it's the place to be.
Weege, one of my vet buddies told me it's the world's fastest vet riders. And I'm like, no, it's the ones that can't get a week off of work and want to spend $15,000 to be there. It doesn't mean it's not the world's fastest vet riders. Like, I don't get it. These guys have been hyping this thing up, Weigandt. Look, Weigandt.
Yeah.
How many kids, you've been to this fucking thing for 20 years.
Yep.
How many kids have you been like, there's no chance that guy's ever going to blow it? There's no chance. And then he blows it.
Yeah, look, what happens is people remember those stories, the ones that weren't supposed to be good that turned out to be good, and the ones that were supposed to be good that turned out to be bad. But that's like 10%. For the most part, it actually works out exactly as you would expect it to after you watch them ride here. I know you're not going to believe that, but
no, I do believe. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think your percent's a little low, but it's an indicator, 100%.
Yeah,
you're right about that.
It's a pretty solid indicator, and unfortunately, still probably the most accurate indicator. Now, you're right. You should take it less seriously, but the problem is, it's like when people try to figure out a way to make racing cost less in Formula One, and they're like, yeah, it's competitive. We're going to find a way to spend that money because we will do anything to win. I mean, you get a competitive environment, there is no backing down. There is no chilling out. Like, it is true, you could probably tell some parent of a Fast 65 kid, hey, listen, it doesn't really matter that much right now. They cannot internalize that message. They cannot do it. They are being competitive. Their heart and soul, their pride, everything's on the line. What you're saying makes logical sense, but there is nothing about racing that is purely logic. This is competitive, and they cannot help themselves.
Well, just take it easy, everybody. One of your motos is going to be a shit show, muddy race, and it doesn't really mean anything. So just calm down. How is it there? How's it going?
Well, I mean, the big topic was, like, first of all, is this race even going to happen,
Yep.
and how is it going to happen? So we had practice today, so it appears it's going to happen.
Yep.
Everything's a little, well, I shouldn't even say a little. Everything's a lot more chill. We didn't even have a Monday night big opening ceremony show. The opening ceremonies where they read the rule book has become actually like an event where they have videos and
Yep.
concerts and all this. They backed that way down. They did have some concerts yesterday, but they had it on the starting line so people could be way, way back for social distancing. There's not nearly as many off-the-track activities. Normally they're trying to entertain people. They're trying to publicize it. They're trying to build it up. I was walking around here at 8 o'clock, and I've never seen it so dead. I don't know if that's going to last or
Right.
if people are going to fall back into their old habits.
Right.
But right now it's like, just be happy we're here and we're racing.
Yeah.
Chill.
Yeah.
Just chill, everybody.
Yeah,
Like, we don't need to be partying.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I agree. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. The last thing you want to do is, cause an issue or have something where, everyone's going to be like, hey, wait a minute. What are you guys doing there?
Yeah, there's a legit concern, and I think it's overrated. Steve, when we were going to Utah, didn't you hear people say, like, I don't know, man, I don't want Supercross to end up on CNN? And I'm like, it's not happening. It's just, we wish.
Yeah,
we
no,
wish they cared.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think there's really a threat, but I understand a lot of people, as you just said, spend a lot of money and time to be here. Don't ruin it now. We're probably fine, but don't draw any extra attention. Like, just race.
Right.
We're good. Just race.
How many jobs have you done today?
I normally don't even announce practice. I try to be the last one to arrive, but I announced today we got MX Sports Center coming back because stupid Verb Moto's back. Did you hear this?
Those guys are idiots. Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
they were back. Yeah.
Yeah, stupid Verb's back. Kellen at one point tried to break in with Verb. Like,
Oh, you did?
Everybody tried this. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know this, Kellen.
You didn't know I worked
No.
at Verb?
Oh, I think I did. I did
Okay.
know that. Yeah, I
I
did.
was gonna
You're right.
say.
I did. I do remember that now. Yeah, Verb. Yeah.
Yep. So, that's why actually we hung out with Dub Dub and Brent Stallo, our buddy Chase's brother, and they kind of, yep.
Any PC shop video talk at all?
Yes, quite a
Really?
bit, actually.
Oh, it's coming back.
Steve, I spoke to a gentleman who has seen the footage.
Stop
Whoa.
it. Stop
Yes. Spoke to someone who is crashing at Jason Crane's house for the month of January and also February, and he has seen the footage. It does exist. At least it existed then.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
The 85% done has been verified again.
I don't get it. What
I
is
don't know.
happening?
You saw my tweet?
Yeah, but like,
was
was there something that preceded that tweet? Did he send you an email that said like it's not getting done?
No, I finally just.
Yeah.
I was exercising, and I got upset. I was probably upset because I was exercising, and then that was it.
Yeah.
So.
What the hell happened?
Okay, so what else? You announced practice today?
Yeah, the big classes to watch, I feel this year are 250B and schoolboy, because there's like 6 factory dudes, and honestly, the way the things have worked last couple years, it's been like the last 10 years, where honestly, if you're really fast in B, sometimes the teams are like, you're wasting your time, you don't need to race A another year. So we've got Jet Reynolds, you've got Nate Thrasher. Jet Reynolds was the dominator, was winning everything, and then he's missed this race the last 2 years, and now other guys have risen up in his absence. So we got this real, are they that good, or were they just winning while he was out, or did he lose a step while he was hurt? So you got 2 star racing guys with Matt LeBlanc and Nick Romano in there, and Nate Thrasher on KTM, and Jet Reynolds is back. A couple other fast guys in that class too. So that's, I think the action is really going to be in B this year, not, I mean, A is good, but A last year you had Swoll, Shimoda, Mumford, Jet Lawrence. It's not going to be quite that level. When you lose 4 guys at one time, you got to almost have a rebuild year, I think, in the A class.
Right. So B is the one, 250B, and then what about Schoolboy? Who's in that?
Schoolboy 2, it's the same guys.
Oh, same guys. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And you have, so Jet Reynolds, what about this, where's Ryder? Where's Ryder at?
Ryder is a super mini level now. So Ryder is faring against one Evan Ferry.
Oh boy, because I really like Ryder. He's a good dude. He's actually an amateur kid that I like.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah. He follows me. I've met him.
What?
He seems okay. He
was the poster child of what you complained about.
I know, but he was nice to me and stuff, so
So Steve flip-flopped immediately as soon as someone nice to him.
Mumford played the same thing.
He did,
one time.
Yeah.
Hey, amateur kids, if you're listening in your motorhomes right now, tell Steve Mathis you listen to Pulp, and suddenly you're golden.
Yeah. No, just be normal. Meet me and be normal, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I like that kid. I like that kid. So
Mumford, I didn't even know this, Steve. Did you know that Mumford's not racing here and is just going straight to pro, like now?
Well, he raced pro last year.
Well, a little bit, but they opened the door for any of those guys to come back thanks to this new rule. I don't know if you heard about this new rule.
Don't get him going on another race tech. Don't get him started.
I forgot about that rule. I forgot all about that rule till right now.
Weege.
Oh my God, what a fucking joke. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yes.
No, Mumford. I knew Mumford was just going pro. Yes, because I rode his bike a few weeks ago. We were blowing down.
True.
Yeah,
we
were blowing down.
That's true. You test rider for the team.
Yeah. Okay, so Evan Ferry, that was on my list of questions. So super mini for him, and then 125s.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I think Max Volan is in there. Yeah.
Yeah, Max Volan,
That's
Gage Linville, Talon Hawkins.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Max Volan is what, 6'5"? How tall is Max
He's
Volan now?
getting tall.
Okay,
that's
all
for
right,
sure.
all right.
Yeah,
Just checking on
he was
that.
A little big.
Super mini last year, and he was my height, and I'm like the exact 50 percentile male, and he was my height.
I mean, the dude raced. Yeah.
He raced EMX
125.
Right.
And he kind of looked big on a 125 there too.
Right.
Yeah.
Is Evan Ferry? Is Evan one of the favorites? Is he that good?
Well, I know he had struggled at Loretta's in previous years, and I know Timmy was happy that the Rockstar team looked at his results from other events. I don't want to give you more ammo to say like don't stress one event too much, but it kind of reminds me of Tim Ferry on a Moto Triple X Honda being hired as a test rider. I think for Kawasaki, right?
Yeah, who could forget those days? Right. Yeah.
Yes, where he's like, thank God Cowie looked outside the top 5 in the Nationals. So. Yeah, I mean, Evan Ferry, who all of a sudden dominated at Monster Cup, he looked right in the mix, like definitely one of the dudes in Super Mini, which is traditionally, here's the thing, Super Mini was like a decent class through the years, but now that you have to go from a Super Mini to a 250F instead of a 125, if you're on a brand that doesn't have a 125, I think the kids stay there an extra year or two because they're scared to move to a 250F. So Super Mini's become like this logjam of talent.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And,
all right.
And Evan looked just as fast as anybody else in there, which I don't feel like I've seen that level from him at Loretta's before. So that's pretty good, at least for practice.
I had a long talk with him maybe like a month ago.
Oh.
Yep. And I told him, I'm like, look, we do 30s. We don't just do whips and scrubs. We do 30s. That's what we need to see. And he started sending me photos of him and videos of him doing 30s and doing in the mud and in the rain. Like, I'm like, look, we're not Supercross only. Like, you got to, I feel like that's been the rap on Evan, is he's been a Supercross kid, right? Good
like
jumper.
His dad.
Yeah, like his dad. Right, like his dad. Yeah, his dad was well known for that. And but I feel like he's focusing more on moto, So hopefully it works out. Hopefully it pays off for him.
So you and Evan are communicating directly?
No, through dad.
Oh, okay.
On the phone through dad, yeah. And then and then DMs on Instagram.
When do we get to the point where you're officially talking to Evan without Tim even being in the picture? When does that happen?
Probably next month.
Oh, that's scary.
It is. It really is. Yeah. I don't even want to talk about it. It's depressing.
You're just throwing down with Timmy's kids.
I remember me laughing at Dean Baker at JGR. I'm like, Dean, you worked for Christian and Mike Craig. You're fucking old. You fucking suck. Like, you're fucking, and here I am. Everybody.
So when are you walking into Rockstar Husky in Marietta?
I don't know, dude.
And handing in a resume saying, I would like to
just shoot
I'd
me,
like to
honestly.
be Evan Barry's mechanic.
Just shoot me.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh,
bring it all the way back.
All the way. Have you seen our buddy Chris Kiefer?
No, I did not see Kiefer today.
Okay.
Did not see Kiefer today. I was only here about half the day. Like I said, last to arrive. So, yeah, we'll see. Hey, is Kiefer... Okay, Kiefer was here a couple of years ago, and he had some podiums, but I feel like he was just doing the Loretta's thing.
Yeah.
Is Kiefer in a now I'm here to win mode, or where are we at?
Well, I think he was there to win the last time, and he got third the first moto, and it was all looking okay, and then he absolutely collapsed. Listen, I hope he doesn't listen to this, and I hope he's not listening right now. But we got a problem with Kiefer.
Oh.
In that he's a very good rider. He's awesome. Okay, he's very fast. He's very skilled. But whether it was the Pro National thing last year, the World Vets, Loretta's, like at the races, we may have a bit of a mind game going on at the races because he can't seem to get it done when the gate drops.
Look, I know that you're going off on this rant about you're putting too much pressure on everybody for one race.
Yeah.
But that is somewhat of the point of it, because how many times do you hear these team guys tell you, oh, if you just saw this guy on a Tuesday, I swear to God on Thursday, he's faster than this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he can run the...
Yeah.
If he could just mentally put it together when it matters.
Yeah.
So the dumbness of having your entire career decided on one race a year is partially based on, yes, we are purposely putting this unrealistic pressure on you to see how you perform under that pressure, because that's what pro racing is like.
Well, why is Monster Cup not that same level of pressure? At least it doesn't seem that same level of pressure. They're literally in the main lights on TV. Like it should be big pressure, but it doesn't seem that way for them.
That's a great point. And to take it further, the Arena Cross Series was around for 100 years, right?
Yeah.
And they had amateur racing there, and no one ever thought of I'm going to go to Arena Cross as an amateur, because it's the same people that run Supercross, and so obviously there's some similarities. It was just never decided that was a route. So yes, for some reason this is it, and that brings pressure. And yeah, Monster Cup, I guess, because if you did badly there, I guess you could say, well, I'm out of my element. That's not what I normally do. I guess it's like you had a built-in excuse. But yes, it felt like you go to Monster Cup, and if you do well, that's great, and if you do badly, it's also not a big deal.
Yeah,
Struggling sucks. Yeah.
I'm putting you on the spot here. I should have texted you these questions, but so off the top of your head, Weege, again, putting you on the spot, but you're good at this stuff. What's one rider that missed that you would have bet your brand new Ridgeline on that he would not have missed? And what's one rider that has hit as a pro that you would have bet your Ridgeline that the kid would not have hit?
Oh, I'm glad you asked this question.
Okay.
I've thought of this a million times.
All right.
The guy who I thought was unbelievable here, that I thought would dominate as a pro, was Josh Hill.
Okay.
Hill at Loretta's was so good, like as good as anyone had ever seen. And that's not saying that Josh Hill wasn't good as a pro, but if you had told me that Ryan Dungey could even compete with Josh Hill, let alone had the better career, I'd have been like, there's no chance. Like, Josh Hill was so good, so good at this race. Not just the results, but like his demeanor, his attitude. He seemed serious, but like not too, like dealing with the pressure, his skills. I don't understand.
Right.
I don't understand. He's like a different guy. Like, good, but as good as anyone I've ever seen. Do we say from the pro ranks that Josh Hill's as good as anyone ever?
No, it's tough.
No.
He's won a Supercross, which is awesome, but yeah.
Yeah, he's not terrible.
Yep.
Yeah. The other side, I'm trying to think of a guy. So you're saying like a guy who like wasn't as impressive here.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like, so maybe Dunge, right?
Yeah, but Dunge did it. Yeah, I mean, that was more of a full thing, not just a Loretta thing. Like, I literally do remember the day. See, living in Morgantown, West Virginia, Brock Hepler was like our hero, our guy.
Right.
He was the local guy. When I was covering the local races for Cycle News in the regional events section, he would win all the races. So Hepler was like, oh, he's going to be the next Carmichael. He's on Suzuki.
Yep.
He's going to dominate. He's going to be awesome. And I remember talking to Roger DeCoster, and I'm like, what is up with Hepler? Why is it not working? And DeCoster's like, he has a bad attitude. And I'm like, Hepler has a bad attitude. He's like a nose to the grindstone worker. And he's like, I do not like him. We're going to start over with Ryan Dungey. I'm like, Ryan Dungey? He's like, do not tell anyone, but if we have someone young, we can groom them. Maybe they have better attitude. And I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, there's no way.
You're a moron, DeCoster.
You're a moron. Like, Hepler is where it's at. Like, Hill and Hepler are going to dominate this sport for years. Who is this Dungey guy?
Right.
So, yeah, I guess that's one of the ones. Yeah, Dunge is a perfect example. Talk about something else, and I'm sure an answer will come to mind. But Hill is definitely the –
Right.
See, Izzy and Stroop you brought up, but we know what happened. Like, they ended up having, like, major off-the-track issues.
Yep.
Like, that can catch anybody, right? But, like, the magic riding that I saw from Hill, I just never saw that on a Supercross track like I thought I would.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you run into or seen Barry Karsten at all?
No, I just had that one glorious photo from Kiefer, shirtless in the creek.
Barry shirtless in the creek. We each had to excuse himself from our text.
Yeah.
I did. I needed some time. Alone.
Hey, the motorsport.com tweet at Talon segment. We're going to do it later with myself and Kellen, but I also asked for questions for you from the audience here. So, Talon, what do we got for Weege?
The first one is from the Voice of the Drunken People. As Steve's boss at Racer X, have you ever had to cover for him or make amends with someone he pissed off on behalf of the company?
No, never quite on behalf of the company. Like, for some reason, Mathis is like, he has his own orbit. Like, every truck you go into, they immediately want to talk shit on Mathis. Like, instantly, first topic. They never reflected directly on Racer X. So I'm not doing it to defend the company, but what I have realized is if I distance myself from Steve and say that I'm different from him, I look so good. So good. Like, Mathis does this, Mathis does that. Oh, I would never do that. Oh, you're cool then.
Right.
You're cool.
Yeah.
You don't do it like Steve, we love you. So the good cop, bad cop game, oh, it's great.
It's fantastic, yep.
It could be 3 different trucks in one day, me completely disagreeing with each other each time. Like, yeah, Steve is totally wrong, and then going to the other truck and saying the exact opposite thing. As long as I disagree with Steve,
yeah, just play the other cop and you're fine. You're in.
Oh, yeah, every time.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. What else we got?
Next one from Retired Bubba. What's up with Baggett selling the El Chupacabra Ranch?
Well, Baggett's not one to speak to anyone ever, but he can't hide for long. He's going to have to race here at Loretta's in about 10 days. And, yeah, I'm going to ask because, remember, I named the place. Remember.
Yeah. Yep.
That's my name.
Yep.
So we'll get to the bottom of it. You know what's really funny? Like 5 days before that, I got a random text from his dad saying, if Davey really needs a place to hold the National, we're ready. I'll check with Blake to see if he wants to do it. I'm like, for real? And he's like, yeah, man, race here. And then like 5 days later, it was for sale.
I honestly think I talked to somebody close to Blake, and they think it was kind of a joke.
Oh.
Yeah, there wasn't any pricing or like a listing or nothing.
They think it was kind of a joke.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It definitely stirred it up.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, next one from Tanner Hall. If you had to choose one sport for your kids to make it, if you had to choose one sport for your kids to make it in, what sport would that be?
Oh, it's baseball all the way. Baseball is I told my kid this the other day. Like, the amount of money to injury risk, like catastrophic injury risk, there's no doubt about it. Like, the amount of money they make, the chance that you're going to end up diabolically crippled and hurting for the rest of your life. Yeah, baseball's where it's at. Kellen, you're a big baseball guy.
What about golf? What about golf?
Look, golf, certainly the injury risk is low, but the amount of baseball players being paid absolutely atrocious level money, I don't think even golf can match that.
Yeah, probably right. Yeah.
What do you think, Kellen? You're a baseball guy through and through. Do you think you can match the life of a baseball player?
It's pretty tough because
I still go golf. Baseball guys play a lot.
Yeah, but it's not that strenuous.
It's not, but they're gone from home. They're working at their craft. They're playing fall league.
Yeah,
a lot
but
of times.
if you are like a legit golfer, you're probably doing a tournament once a weekend, most likely.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, we got one more for you, Weege, from Devin Burrell. Since the new fly pants don't have a zipper, will you wear them backwards to match your jersey?
Oh.
First of all, I want to know, how do you pee in these pants? I'm very confused.
You pull them all down. That's it. Yeah.
For reals?
I mean, you have to. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so
Can't
without
you just
a
do
zipper
it like
to
sweatpants?
guide you, yeah, that's right, just pull them down. I do notice this is something interesting, right? So I had the jersey on backwards in February. Somehow between February and July, now August, people seem to have forgotten it was the jersey, and I do get a lot of pants on backwards comments now.
Because we had the Supercross guy with the pants on backwards.
Yes.
You remember? They're mixing.
Yes.
I feel like they're mixing that up.
The two stories have merged.
Right.
Now I'm the guy with the pants on backwards.
All right. Anything else?
No,
that's
was
all we
it.
got. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for the motorsport.com tweet at Talon for those Weege questions. How's the apprenticeship working along, Weege? Right now, if you look around, are there people following you everywhere?
Yeah. So that was our joke. Kevin Kelly and I, we share a cabin here, and we were asking if the apprentices, to really learn what we do, have to stay with us all week. Like, do they get all 6 days, 24/7?
Yeah.
If we go party, they have to come party with us. Yeah, so I don't know. We might. I hope we don't have children staying in our cabin. That would be really bad.
Yeah. It's probably not the greatest, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have. Yeah, so we're gonna have. I think they said 35 different people over a variety of positions, shadowing camera people and people in staging and probably sponsor marketing people. But announcers, yes. But they said at first they can just hang out. They don't need to announce immediately. You can decide if they can even handle the announcing. Like, don't throw them in if they're absolutely horrible and have them announce the event and ruin the whole thing. So we will judge them throughout the week to decide if they can actually handle it. I can tell you we tried this to a small degree in Daytona at the Ricky Carmichael Amateur, your buddy RC, and it didn't always go smoothly. So we'll see.
Right. Yeah, it's not easy for sure.
Hey, people wouldn't believe this. People would not believe this. Steve, I don't know if you remember this, but way back, what year would this have been? We first threw a microphone at you at like High Point and I think Freestone, like way early. This would have been like, I don't know, 06 or something. When did you first get out as a?
Yeah, 06 was my first year not being a mechanic.
Yes, and this is legendary. I don't know if Steve remembers this story. He said Weimer is from Idaho, where they're used to getting used to things.
Yes, yep. They're used to getting used to things. That's what I said.
He's like, it'll be no problem for Weimer. He's from Idaho. They're used to getting used to things. And we're like, what the hell is that? You're like, I don't know. You just stuck a microphone in my face. I didn't know what to say.
Yeah, who knew? I mean, it ain't easy. I'll say it. It ain't easy. It's easy for me now because I got so many reps, just like it is for you, Weege. But at first, for sure, yeah, absolutely, it's not easy.
Now you're hosting 5 hours of radio every Monday.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yep.
Is there any talk, Weege, about what is going to be done for the national track?
Well, yes, a little bit. They have to make it a longer lap time. Nowadays, Loretta's, I think the fastest time today was, I think 148, like high 140s, low 150s. They want to have a 2-minute lap. That's kind of the general rule for nationals.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Storyland, which is just where they keep going into the back, I've heard they're going to have to add to that just to get the lap time.
Right.
But that's it. I mean, that's just lap time. I don't think you're going to have a fundamental change? Is the track small, tight, and flat? Yes. Is it going to be? Yes.
They're not going to change the start even, because that's a pretty short start for a national.
Yeah, this is the thing that confuses me on that, though. Like, I watched the 450A class ride here, and I'm not like, dude, this is a joke. This doesn't work. So, I mean, what's the level difference? Like, we're talking what's the difference in the 450 Pro Sport here and the Eli Tomac level? Are we like 8%, 10%? Like, it's not 50% faster.
No, yeah, somewhere between 8 and 50.
So I don't if I feel like I'm watching the 450A class here ride the track fine, and it doesn't look like a joke. I don't know. It is jarring to me. Like, me picturing Tomac and Roczen battling on this track. Tomac and Roczen battling on this track seems nuts. But I'm like, isn't the difference in this level and that level, like, if the average person who's never watched a dirt bike race in their life probably wouldn't even know which person is which? Like, I don't think it's visually like they're going 30% faster in every section.
Well, are they? I would have to imagine too. They're gonna like build some stuff up, right? Like, they're not gonna leave these small, short little tables everywhere. Like, they're gonna make some bigger jumps and stuff too, right?
Yeah, I think you can steepen everything up and you can lengthen the landings. But I know that here, one of the things they've really done is they keep bringing in more sand to make the track rougher, and that's essentially to slow it down. Like, I don't think this is practically a sand track now, and it definitely wasn't in like the 80s. So I think they can, with steepening it and roughening it, they can slow it down enough to where the track being smaller isn't so bad. Because, if you made it smooth, they could probably do a 1-minute 20 lap time, and it'd be a joke.
Are we going to see some 4.42 in the 10 Commandments and some crazy stuff? Or
I've always wanted to see this. The 10 Commandments doesn't make sense to me, Kellen. It's like, I don't understand what this obstacle is. It's not whoops. It's not jumps. It's not a rhythm lane. It's none of the above. Like, does it just look weird because it's amateurs doing it? Would the pros make it look easy? We're finally going to find out. It is jarring to think of those guys racing here, but it's not going to change a ton. A little bit longer, change the angles of the jumps, but it's not like they're going to add like a whole half a section that's going to be different.
Are any of these jerky amateur kids turning pro the next week?
Yeah, I think so. You got to give me a week to figure this all out, but I think there's going to be guys that aren't like factory kids on the radar necessarily going to do that. I think Seth Hamaker would have, but he's out
right
with Epstein-Barr.
Oh, I like him too. I've never talked to him, but apparently he's super cool.
Okay, I like Hamaker's story only because he was kind of like from Pennsylvania and stayed in Pennsylvania and didn't do the homeschool full-time riding training thing.
Yep.
I think up until recently. So I was really hoping that he'd be like this diamond in the rough guy, but the last couple of years have been tough on him. So I'm not sure that's going to come to fruition now.
What is Styles Robertson doing? Is he, because he's got to be the next guy up for Rockstar, right?
Yeah, so that's right. He might be the next guy, and I think everybody's looking at him as one of the main guys in the A classes here. I'm a little curious how it's going to go for Styles. Like, Styles won a ton when he was super young and immediately put himself on the radar. And honestly, man, there was a long spell, like 4 or 5 years of him being like good but not great. But the way this kind of works, and I don't want to cue another Steve rant, is once you establish yourself as one of the guys that somebody's got to get, you're just there. You're just at that level.
Yeah, because you get a factory bike when you're 11, and they never take it away, and you always have a better bike, and you always get starts on it because you're always on a factory bike.
Yeah, I'm with you. And if you don't perform, like if you're even getting thirds and fourths, if you're the third or fourth place guy, I'm always like, really? Like, you should just be dominating at that level. Last year, he kind of got it back together. He did pretty well. He didn't dominate, but he won a title. It was the first year I'd seen him really look outstanding in a while. But I'm not fully sold. Like, I feel like he's going to have to take a leap. Some guys do. When they turn pro, they get better. But from what I've seen at the amateur level, I'm not sold as him being like the next guy. And look, that team just had Moseman, who barely hung on, but I think we all agree now Moseman's solid. Moseman's good pick. He's got potential, right? But the Jordan Bailey thing didn't work out for them. Like, I'm going to put it this way. I'm not saying, oh, watch out, Styles is coming, look out. I'm more like, we'll see what he's got.
Kellen wants to say that if anybody turns pro for Loretta's, we should protest them because you cannot ride a national track 7 days before or something, which is not a bad point. So
That is true. You know they're going to have an amateur day Sunday after the pro race?
yeah, we were. Kellen said people are upset about this.
Yeah.
That's it. The one day ever. One time in the history of this event that just any rando can ride here.
Yeah,
It's
but
gonna happen.
I mean, there was legit people I saw like on Facebook that were like, "This is the dumbest thing ever to have this prestigious event suddenly have just an event that you can go race." I'm like, what?
Well, no. That point makes sense. In any other year but 2020. Like,
yeah,
shut
exactly.
it,
That's what
people.
I said. That's what I said. It's 2020.
Yeah.
Shit's going sideways.
But I
Yeah.
don't know. To me, I don't think it makes sense otherwise. Like, it's a track. Does it really have that much prestige?
Well, they did protect it. I mean, look, there's never been a open race where people can race here without qualifying ever. So when you set up that legacy, you pretty much have said that that's the way it is. Like, the only way you can ever ride here is to earn it. So when you spend 40 years building that, I get it. But, like, dude, we're lucky this race is happening. We're lucky if you get 9 nationals in. We were lucky that Supercross finished. At this point, like, you really want to argue over, like, the 4% weird part of some of this?
I'm with you. I'm with you
We're
on that.
friggin' racing. Like, these people need to get back to work, and myself included. But, look, I guarantee you that these factory 450 guys aren't like, yes, I can't wait to rip up Loretta's. But at the same time, I don't think they're going to complain because they're like, oh, thank God I'm getting my paycheck.
Yeah, no, I agree. Jason Weigandt brought to you by roostmx.net. Use the code PulpNation to save at roostmx.net. They're there at Loretta's, handing out custom graphics and gear for people, as well as the Cobra merch. They make all the Cobra merch. They do all the graphics. You can get PulpMX graphics, which when I see people DM me their bikes and they have PulpMX on their shrouds, it's the weirdest thing ever, but that's awesome. Keep it up, everybody.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
RoostMX does it for you. RoostMX.net. Please check them out. Use the code PulpNation again to save. T-shirts, hats, backpacks, sticker kits, trailer graphics, and more. So, Weege, you're a couple weeks in now, maybe longer. How's the Ridgeline?
It's freaking great, man.
I
freaking
need
great.
some time alone now. Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good that 2 days ago I took a PulpMX sticker printed by the fine folks at RoostMX Graphics, and I put one on the back window.
Really?
Wow.
I had to christen it.
Wow. That's
Here's the thing about the Ridgeline that
impressive.
you would say about no other pickup. It's an amazing, awesome, like legitimately like fun
Are you
and
listening,
comfortable to drive vehicle,
Are you listening?
and it has a pickup bed in the back. Like if you never ever needed a pickup, it would still be fine. I don't think you could say that about any other pickup.
No, Marks is over here with his fucking Raptor, getting 7 miles to the gallon, and having a step ladder to climb in and out of it. But,
Easy. I
yep.
get 15.
We each have you shed any tears though from not driving the Jeep around anymore?
No, I get asked that a lot. I don't know when this is going to kick back in. I had 13 years. I had two different Jeeps, and so far, dude, at this time of year, I see people driving around in Jeeps and convertibles, and I'm like, why did I drive with the top down? It's 98 degrees. Why did I do this?
No one loved Jeeps more than you, and you just turned your back on them.
I did.
It's amazing.
I'm not joking. Look, my dad's getting older. My dad's been through some rough times, and he's getting, I think the first sign that he's starting to go is he's getting incredibly emotional. So I told him about the Jeep to Ridgeline swap, and then a week later he called me to, like, I think just to make sure what I had said really happened. And then he started to cry. So I'm just saying.
Man.
I'm just saying this is what we've done. I've broken my dad's heart. I've broken his heart.
Look, dude, the Ridgeline's fantastic. It's everything you need. Obviously, if you pull a massive trailer, it's not the truck for you.
Yeah.
But that's about the only person that can't use one. I mean,
So I came to Loretta's, and my wife is going to visit her parents, which hasn't been done in 6 months for obvious reasons. And we put bicycles in the bed and Stasics and locked it down with some tie downs. And I'm like, have that. She loves it. Now I know. I've seen comments. People saying the whole problem with the Ridgeline is if your wife loves it, that proves your truck sucks. Because this is that means it's a women's truck.
Right.
Hey, what happened to happy wife, happy life? I just spent $38,000 on a truck, and my wife is like, thank you. This is great. I'm so glad you bought this. That is priceless.
And also, you're very happy with your cock size. The people that want the trucks aren't happy with their cock size. So they want the big truck, so they feel good. Like you're just like, hey, here's what I got for my cock. I'm totally happy with it. I'm totally happy. So
Swing your cock.
like that's what it is. Is the people that want the big trucks that don't need them have the tiny cocks.
I had a tweet I was going to send out the other day. I used to really care what people thought, but then I graduated high school.
Thank you. I'm
good.
Yep.
I don't need to impress people when I drive. I'm good.
And
I believe in myself.
And it's the mid-sized truck of the year.
Okay.
In that category, it's the best truck out there. Better than Colorado, better than Tacoma, better than all those.
So. I cannot believe how nice and honestly quick, like the thing handles awesome. Like it's fun to drive. And by the way, there's a pickup bed in the back. It's not like I'm carrying this pickup bed and the whole thing sucks just so I can carry this pickup bed around. And I could probably just buy an $800 trailer and put it in the garage and not put up with all of this other stuff. Although I will say for Marks, if you lived in Vegas, I don't know, does he take it over some whoops and some jumps? Like they're probably available.
No, he does not. Marks.
Oh.
You don't know what I do.
Do you? Okay,
yes,
do
I
you?
do. Go look at it right now.
You really do?
Yeah. Mob.
Talon?
M-O-B. Mob.
What does mob got to do with that? Are you
I think you
got to
take. Now you got to go take the Ridgie over some whoops and see if it can handle it.
Reggie.
Let's go race.
Reggie's not going to perform that well in that kind of aspect.
No, Reggie's not a whoop eater.
You're bombing to Reno and shit like that.
Not like that. Like
hey, Vegas to Reno's next weekend if you want to take the Raptor out.
Yeah, but
there you go.
I use it.
Really?
For real. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, that would change the game. If I was going off-road all the time, I would still have a Jeep. But I just realized after a while, I'm like, I'm trying to, between the dirt bikes and the mountain bikes and the 30 weekends a year not at home, that's not happening.
Yep. LA Honda World, anybody, 30 minutes anywhere in LA. They gave Weege a hell of a deal on his, but he was not able to do the transportation part of the deal from Charlotte to LA. But otherwise,
yes, they were going to ship one, but the shipping kind of erases the savings. But hey, give it the old college try. I appreciate the offer.
Yep, there we go.
Yep. Justin Brayton has one.
Justin Brayton has one. Freeze has one. Kiefer has one. 7 Deuce Deuce has one. They're fucking taking over.
Ridgeline Nation.
Have you seen FMIP at all? Our buddy down there.
Did you hear?
He's coming on the way. Yeah.
Okay. We got a long way to go. I cannot explain enough. Like Monday doesn't even count. This is Allen Iverson style. Okay, we're talking about practice.
Right. Yeah, this is I got it. And for people like I'm in about 6 different group texts with Weigandt, and he will go silent now for the week. And
there is no service.
We may get a shot of Barry by like Thursday
just
evening.
Load in all grainy and everything.
Yeah. By Thursday evening, we'll get a shot of Barry from the cell phone that he tried to send on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then we won't hear from him again.
No.
So that'll be it.
Yeah, sorry guys. I'm going in the hole.
Right.
Gone until Sunday.
Yep. All right. Anything else for Weege, Kellen?
I'm good.
That's it?
I already talked to Weege today.
He's your boss.
He is my boss.
Yes, true. We did.
He's your boss.
Hey, Mathis, how about Kellen pumping out all 3 of those preview shows in 3 days' time? How about that?
Yeah, that was quick. That was a quick turnaround. Good job on that, Kellen.
Better than PC.
I'd rather not.
Yeah.
I'd rather not get a wrath tweet 8 months from now.
Oh yeah. Because I'm known for that. I finally just had it. I just had it. I had it. I couldn't. I felt like if I did that earlier, it was never coming out, and so I better not do that. And finally, I reached my limit. That was it. I reached my limit.
How come you don't want to go like redo it on some level?
No.
Why not?
No.
See,
It was just 2 in the moment.
I
at the
had
time.
a Fox.
Was Marty there?
No, but I had a Marty jersey on.
Okay.
From Fox.
All right.
I had his jersey on. It was everything. It was beautiful.
I'll drive up to Crane's house. I'll try to get the footage.
Good luck with that. We just tried to get it and been like, hey man, we'll build it. Like, don't worry about it. We'll build it. That
The Verb guys here told me that they owe him an obscene amount of money, and all he's got to do is invoice them, and they can't even get him to do that to pay him.
God.
Yep. So, Roost MX bringing you Jason Weigandt tonight. Thanks, Weege, for the call in. wasn't sure if it was going to happen, so I really appreciate you taking the time there. It's almost 10 o'clock, so yeah, have a good night, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right, boys. Have fun.
All right,
Weege.
see ya.
Yeah.
That's Jason Weigandt from Tennessee. So, roostmx.net bringing you the Weege.
Living the ranch